All right, in 2 seconds. All right, perfect. Hey guys, welcome back, YouTube family, all you guys watching, viewers. Make sure. Okay, perfect. Okay, so welcome to October's 2018 reading forecast. I am so sorry I skipped September last month. It's just a lot was going on. I recently just came back from New York, so had to cleanse. I know I'm a little late, it's past the first. I do try to get these out by the first or before that, but life happens, so fuck it. Okay, so let's just jump straight into things. So I've decided what I'm going to do moving forward is I'm kind of just going to knock, like, I'm going to do 4 signs each for each video. So each video will probably be consistently split into 3 parts. So splitting it sort of into quarters, the way the zodiac signs are split up. So first parts will always be Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer first. Second parts followed by part twos usually are followed by Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. And then part three, the last remaining quarter of the zodiac signs, which is Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So moving forward, that's how things are going to kind of be done. That way there's an organization kind of done to the videos. All right, so let's jump straight into things. Usually I use my chakra deck. This deck is actually by Doreen Virtue, I believe. It is the, which Oracle card deck is this? This deck is actually the Vintage Oracle deck. There we go. So for those of you guys interested in looking into purchasing your own oracle cards, tarot cards, reading up on things, perfect spots to get them are usually bookstores, Barnes and Nobles, etc. They're actually really not hard to find at all if you just look for them. Okay, so let's jump straight into things. Oh, and for those of you guys that are ever interested in purchasing a reading, I try to put the information usually in the links below. You guys can follow my Instagram page, mystic_teaching. If not that one, then you guys could also follow my other Instagram account, Traveleficent, TRAVLEFICENT. And Facebook's not really like a primary method on how to get in contact with me, but or you guys can email me at tredex127@gmail.com for those of you guys ever interested in a reading, go over pricing, everything. All right, so let's go. Also, another thing that kind of is a good thing about splitting these, splitting the signs up, is I do actually go into a bit more detail where it's at least a bit more organized. So versus instead of just using one card and picking everything up off that one card, I get to use 2 cards for each sign. All right, let's get started. All right, so first up is Aries. Next up is Taurus. Gemini. And the last is Cancer. Alright. All right, guys. So starting off with Aries. So Aries, the cards you got were innocence and gentleness. So let's kind of jump and focus on that really quick. All right, so Aries, the first things first that I'm picking up on is I am picking up that there's sort of been like a lot of changes for a lot of you guys. Like you guys sort of stopped resisting change and you're on this path now on the last quarter of the year because we're in October now. The year is damn near over, but you guys are finally on this path of kind of just like not doing so much resistance. Like you guys, even though it took you like damn near all year, you guys are finally learning life lessons that it took you forever to kind of embark on and embrace on. You guys are finally letting to let go of people. You guys are finally learning to accept the things that you can't change, and that's awesome. Like you guys are actually like sort of heading more in the right direction now, because I'm picking up for you guys like within the last 2 to 3 months it was important for you guys to create boundaries. Boundaries is a big topic we're going to talk about a remainder of this reading. We're going to talk about energetic boundaries. That's going to be for all zodiac signs, because I think it's so important that we learn to focus on boundaries, spiritual boundaries, emotional boundaries, energetic boundaries. So the key word throughout this reading you're going to hear me use a lot is boundaries. Okay, but you guys also kind of, from what I'm picking up on, like you guys weren't afraid to throw things out and stop recycling an old energetic pattern that does no longer serve you. So that's awesome. It's like keep going. One thing that I'm picking up for the month of October, especially with the like the energy behind innocence, is if you guys are going to make your moves, like make your moves like boss moves. Like just keep moving in silence. Like don't even allow anyone to really get the upper hand on your next move. Like whatever movements you guys plan on making, do it in silence. Like Lil Wayne says, real G's move in silence like lasagna. Like I love that quote. It's so corny. However, I love it. I love it because it's like it goes to show like silence is a very powerful element. I preach this all the time in all my teachings. Like when you have the element of silence, you know how to like sort of maneuver through life a little bit, because not everyone knows your next move. Only you are in charge of knowing that next move. So you're in charge of how you want things structured. You're in charge of how things are going to flow moving forward. So Aries, definitely keep like moving in silence. Like your next move before the year is out, you guys are definitely going to be sort of like on that pedestal you guys have been reaching to climb all year long. Keep cleaning out your social circles. Keep learning to use the word no. Like keep learning how to create those boundaries where you know you're not being depleted financially, mentally, energetically. Like where you're building in yourself that confidence, where you're building and you're learning that structure for yourself for once. So I'm definitely picking up the month of October and even going into November. It's sort of a month of building structure. It's like it's learning how to keep being silent and keep making your moves. And it's weird and funny because the cards are innocence and gentleness, which kind of goes hand in hand. And you actually see a woman depicted in all white here, and there's doves flying around her. I'm not gonna pretend like I know what the card means, but intuitively, I'm still picking up that like you guys like keep masking yourselves until you're ready to reveal what your big next move is. But don't reveal it until you have it. Like another thing that I'm picking up for you guys, Aries, this month is if you've been looking for relationships or looking to rekindle things with an old flame and looking to like, you know what I mean, want your ex back, stop that shit. Chill the fuck out. It's not a time for love. It's not a romance energy season. This is a you-based season. This is you putting your best effort forward. Finally, you creating those boundaries for yourself. Do not go backwards. If you go backwards, you're going to crumble. You're literally setting yourself up for failure. If your intuition keeps telling you to move forward and you keep going, oh no, I feel bad. Oh no, this, that, and the third. Like, learn to live your life without regrets. Learn to live your life without looking over your shoulder and going backwards. You can't go back to the past and go backwards. It's like, it's contradicting itself. Like, honestly, like, Aries, like, you guys have a lot to look forward to. Um, for those of you guys looking into buying a new car, by the way, it's not time for a new car yet. Don't look into getting a new vehicle until sometime next year. Like, just trust me on this one. It's not time to like, if you rush into it now, something's gonna fuck up. Whether it's something in the contract, whether it's something like, whether it's something sort of just like that you missed, like, or car might be not what you actually expected it to be. Don't rush buying a new vehicle yet. For those of you guys that like sort of been looking into that, for you guys that are Aries, it's not time yet. If you guys have been planning on moving out, great. Keep moving, like, and making those plans. Like I said, don't say anything for those of you guys that are making your next big move. Whether it's financial, whether it's mental, whether it's emotional, like, stay silent. Like I said, if you've been focusing on love, thinking about romance, don't go backwards. It's time for you to just love yourself. It's time for you to embrace yourself. It's time for you to heal yourself, Aries. It's time for you to get your finances back on track. Your career is back on track. What it is that really wants to motivate you, it is time to get that all back on track. Stop looking for validation in Tom, Dick, Mary, Jane, Sally, Sue. They're not going to provide the validation that you're in need of. You have to go in depth and want that for yourself, and look at that for yourself this month, Aries. Let's see. Another thing that I am picking up on, like, I definitely see some of you guys are like struggling to want to get out of your environments more. That's good. That shows that you're willing to like go out of breaking your comfort zones. However, if you don't have it, don't rush vacations. Like, you can't travel broke. I don't care what anybody tells you. Don't do it to yourself. It's a setup. Like, honestly, like, try not to plan for vacations until like around December, January, February, when things are cheaper, things are easier to do. But right now, like, just keep focusing on yourself. Like, don't look for scapegoats and other things yet. Like, it's not time yet. Um, hmm. Okay, that's actually all I'm picking up for Aries right now. If you guys kind of want any more like details on anything, like I said, DM, message, comment if you are interested in a reading. All right, Aries out the way. Next up, we have Taurus. Okay, Taurus, so your card is Dreams and Power. All right. All right, guys. Okay, so dreams and power. Wow, that's kind of like, kind of don't know where to start with this one yet, but definitely, like, this one is like super symbolic and like a weird, creepy child of the grudge kind of way within the card, definite, like within the card. But one thing that I'm picking up from this card is that Taurus, it is time for you to start harvesting what you want to do. It is time for you to start putting, like, planting seeds and manifesting what it is you have to do. Like, this goes for all Tauruses. Like, Tauruses, stop running away out of fear. Stop running away and sort of just like putting yourself in that box of, oh my god, I'm confused, what am I going to do? Like, yo, it's time for motivation. It's time for you to stop bullshitting and for you to start motivating yourself. Even if the career and the hustle you want to go after isn't working yet, expand your horizons, look into new options, look into new ways to invest, look into new ways to make money, look into new ways to sort of like get your career and your money moves on track. Like, there's no reason why you should be stumbling. Like, October has this breath of fresh air energy to it. It's sort of like revival almost. Like, honestly, Tauruses, it's like go after what you want. Go after those childhood dreams you gave up on. Go after like what it is you was told no and that kind of had you discouraged. Like, even if you're looking for love, yo, make it come true this month. Make it come true before the year is out. Manifest it. Work on yourself. Feed yourself that love. Feed yourself that confidence. Appreciate the little things around you, and bigger things will come, Tauruses. Like, you can't, like, and another thing that I'm picking up on is that you have to learn how to stop being selfish. You can't be selfish and only focus on your wants, your needs, this, that, and the third. Like, you can't be, and another thing when I say selfish, I mean, you can't appreciate the little things you have already and take those for granted and want 1,000 more things when you don't even know how to embrace the blessings you have right now. Like, you guys got to cut that short. You're not going to find happiness and any other items if you haven't learned how to find happiness within yourself first, you know? Everyone always says Tauruses are so materialistic. Tauruses aren't materialistic at all. It's like you use materials to fill a void. So another thing when I'm picking up when it comes down to dreams, go deep inside of your subconscious mind. Go inside of your energetic fields, meditate, pray, calm down, see what it is that you're like lacking. See what it is that you really have to go for this month. Like, you, like, honestly, Tauruses, it's like there's a lot of power like behind what it is, but only you have the power to make those dreams manifest. And then going into power behind those dreams. Don't just pray or meditate and think everything's gonna magically be handed to you without having to put the footwork in, without having to put the movements in. It's like, find your power and put your best foot forward and keep going and run with it with that power, and stop giving so many people a piece of your power. Coming back to boundaries, that is the biggest topic throughout all readings, throughout all the signs. You're going to hear me use the word boundaries. Guys, learn how to use the word no. Learn when it's appropriate to say no. Learn when it's appropriate to take your power back, and take your power back and investing it inside of yourself, investing it inside of your dreams, instead of investing your power back into your bank account. Because you can't have everyone putting their hands in the pot and nobody is helping feed that energy into you. No one's helping give you that power back. It's like power is energy. The more it's depleted and the more you hand out, the more blessings you're gonna lose in the long run. Learn how to take your power back. Learn when it's appropriate to stand your ground. Like, honestly, Tauruses, it's like, I'm definitely picking up that, like, you know what I mean? A lot of times people often say, like, you know what I mean? Especially in the last few months, I'm picking up you've been like associated with being assholes. You've been associated with playing the part of the bad guy, when in the meantime, you guys have actually been holding your tongue back more than what people are actually expecting. Like, stop biting your tongue. If there's something that needs to be said, say it, or else it's never going to get acknowledged, or else you're never going to get to where you need to get to in your dreams and manifesting where it is that your next direction and your next step needs to be. So definitely learn how to take your own power back and feed that power into your dreams. This doesn't even go just for Tauruses. This is like a general message for everybody. Learn when it's appropriate to take your power back. Learn when it's appropriate to feed power into yourself. Like, keep going, like, Tauruses. But definitely, like, everything that you want, 2019 is going to deliver it on a silver platter. It's going to give it to you like, here you go. You just have to put the spiritual, the mental, and the financial effort into everything, and everything else will sort of find its way into place. It's time for you to take your power back and for you to start investing into yourself. Another thing that I'm picking up, Taurus, is that, like, I don't know, like for those of you guys that have been sort of like struggling, where whether it's been romantically, whether it's been sort of like finding yourself, like honestly, like it's time for you to go more inward. It's time for you to just like, yes, keep healing, but honestly, it's like there's something in the air where whatever you've been in lack of, you're going to find it this month for those of you Tauruses that are single. So for those of you Tauruses that are single, like whatever's going on with Venus, which is Taurus's ruling planet, you're finally going to find it between now, the month of November, and sort of before even December is out. But October and November, no, you cannot find love staying inside the house. You have to get out. You have to, and if you're looking to attract someone specifically, go to those environments where you hope to be what you're wishing to attract. Simple law of attraction. It's as simple as going forward. Let's see. Another thing, and those of you Tauruses that are in relationships already, definitely like learn how to appreciate the value of your relationship. If you need space, communicate that space is needed. If you need to figure things out, communicate it that time to figure things out are needed. Like definitely like coming back to communication and putting power into what it is you do. Put power into your current relationships. That's as simple as whether you need to take your power back or whether that's you need to add more power to it. But definitely Taurus is like stop taking things for granted and appreciate what it is that you do have already. But financially, I do see a big come up in finances coming, going back to dreams. It's like your finances are going to pick back up, but you have to put in the footwork in order for that money to sort of like find its way to you. It's not going to find its way to you if you're just sitting on your ass. Like you gotta go out there. All right, so that's all I'm picking up for Tauruses right now. Yo, my nose keeps itching. I don't know who talking shit, but let me check my phone real quick. Give me 2 seconds. I'm kind of happy I went this method because it's easier to just sort of like focus and it's easier to just take breaks in between before I jump into the next readings for the next zodiac signs. Two seconds. All right, so next up is Gemini. All right, Gemini, so your card is going to be trust and centering. All right, so Geminis, one thing that I'm picking up with you guys is that I'm seeing a lot of confusion around you guys. Like confusion in a sense of what's my purpose? What's my next step? What's my next move? Where am I going? Like, what's going on with my money? Like, why is nothing coming in? Like, I see a lot of confusion and definitely a lot of blockages involving you guys. Like, here's the secret. The blockages are kind of revolving around you guys. And it's being revolved around you guys spiritually and emotionally. Because you guys are sort of causing that on your own blockages also. It's like, stop questioning. So let me just get into like this card real quick. So this is the trust card, and it's sort of just like, it's like a fairy or whatever on a deer, an elk, whatever. And those are wild creatures to tame. It's like Geminis, you guys are wild creatures to tame. No one can tame you guys the way they think they can. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, but a Gemini knows how to tame themselves before someone else can tame them. You guys have to learn how to trust where you're going, trust and have faith without having to put in so many questions for everything. Because as a Gemini, you're like always thinking, what's this? What's that? Who, what, when, where, why, how? It's like learn how to just silence your mind. Like Geminis, like you guys gotta like have enough. Like the main word I keep picking up on is faith. You can't do anything if you lack faith. You can't do anything if you lack determination and if you lack motivation. You can't move forward without there being stagnation there if you're not putting, like, if you're not moving forward yourself. Like, you're causing your own clutter in a sense. It's like you're not doing things to get out of your comfort zone. You're not doing things to get out of the house more. You're not doing things to sort of just break your own cycle. You have to trust and have faith that everything is sort of going to find itself along the line when you stop searching for it. You have to stop searching for it and just sort of let things come to you. Like, learn when it's appropriate to be quiet, to sit in silence, to meditate, and let the answers come to you. When you sit in silence and you meditate, your answers are going to come to you, whether it's your next business decision, whether it's answers you needed, you've had to had clarity on and for a while. And honestly, that's how God speaks. God speaks when everything is silent. You can hear everything clearly, magically. It's like, oh wow, like that is like the easiest answer, and all I've had to do was sit down and shut the fuck up for 10 minutes. Like, that's what you really have to do. It's like you have to just keep being silent. And also, like, when you guys, I'm picking up, you guys need to be more aware of your surroundings. Like, take your headphones out, stop, like, turn your TVs off, turn them down, learn when it's appropriate to silence your phone, and just sit and ask a question and let your imagination run wild. When you have imagination and silence and quietness, you're going to find the answers you're in search of through your mental pictures. You're going to find answers that you're in search of this month through writing things down. Learn how to notate, learn how to write, learn how to sort of just like journal and plot your next money move, your next career move, your next everything. Because Gemini, like, only thing holding you back is yourself. Like, you have to embrace your shifts. But if you don't start embracing the shifts, the good and the bad, because you're a Gemini, Geminis represent duality. You have yin and you have yang. Learn how to represent, you have feminine and you have masculine. Learn how to work with your own duality. Learn how to work with duality to your advantage. And learn how to just sort of like outsmart the game. Even if you need to stay 10 steps ahead of someone, just shh. And learn when it's appropriate to use reverse psychology to put yourself 10 steps ahead again. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, learn when it's appropriate to just shut up and use reverse psychology. Reverse psychology will be your best friend. You guys are naturally good at it. If you learn how to work with the energies of it, people will be like, oh, but now you'll notice more money's coming in. People are like more reluctant to stay the fuck away from you if they're already on your bad side. Because that reverse psychology tactic is like, they won't know where to take it. So turn yourself into a lawyer this month. Like, turn into a, like, do what you have to do. Play your cards, play them right, and play dirty. But whatever you do, trust the process to get up on that platform. Trust the process and what it is and which direction you're going. Let's see. And another thing, so, which is weird, because trust and centering also, and like I said, with center, when I see the card centering, I think of grounding. And when I think of grounding, I think it's time to just live in your now. It's time to be appreciative of your now. Stop thinking 10 steps ahead and stop thinking 10 steps backwards. Live in your now. Live in your now means going out, getting fresh air, doing things that you are reluctant to do, but you do them anyway. Going out means sort of breaking your comfort zone, breaking your diet. Like centering means enjoying every single moment of life you breathe into your body. And when you start doing those things, you're gonna be like, oh wow, I'm noted like this is a networking month for you guys. Networking leads to opportunities. If you're not doing anything, you're not going to be networking. And if you're not networking, you're not going to be making network money. You're not going to be making network career moves. You're not going to be meeting networking like opportunities to sort of take that next step. So learn how to get out of your comfort zone and network. So don't forget, trust and center yourselves and where you're going. All right. Let's see. Anything else? I don't know. It's all I'm picking up for you guys right now. Um, like I never know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about, but it's as simple as just taking the advice. Readings, like especially like you have the answers you need in your back pocket right now. It's like a free guidance counseling section, like from the universe. Like keep going. All right, and last up we have Cancer. All right, so Cancers, your card is Enchantment, which is funny because when I think Cancer, sometimes I think about like mermaids and like the Sea World and whatnot, and that's dope. And Playfulness. And that can wait. See, boundaries. Boundaries is being in the middle of something, but also understanding that I don't feel like answering my phone, and that's okay. Boundaries. All right, so where was I? So, enchantment and playfulness. All right, so Cancers, one thing that I am picking up with on this card alone is that you guys have to find beauty in yourselves again. I don't know why that was the first thing that come to mind with enchantment, but you guys have to find beauty within yourselves and beauty within everything around you. You guys definitely have to learn. Give me 2 seconds. Boundaries. Anyways, so where was I? So Cancer is definitely like also what I'm picking up on is just that like when I say beauty and when I say find like beauty and appreciating yourselves and pampering yourselves, that doesn't mean be a spoiled bitch with it either. Kind of like and like I don't know like what I mean by that is learn how to calm down and just take a moment to kind of self-reflect, relax, breathe in, and just go with the flow. Like, stop forcing your own flows. Like, stop. pushing a flow that doesn't need to be there. Like, pretend you're a river, pretend that there's a current, and just go with wherever that current takes you. Go with whatever that current, however that a current allows you to flow and allows you to shapeshift where you want to be, with which direction you want to take, and how you want to shapeshift yourself. Like cancers, like you kind of just like, you can't put too much strain on yourself to do better, and you can't put a whole lot of strain on yourself to sort of just like keep pushing. Like, as long as you apply action behind your prayer work, your hard efforts are being acknowledged. The universe is acknowledging you. God is acknowledging you. Your spirit team sees how you're moving. It's like, but you have to just learn how to just shh and sit still and and just relax. You owe it to yourself to relax, because it's like, yes, you've prayed. Yes, you've applied action, which is more than what a lot of people know how to do sometimes. And it's like, I'm not saying stop applying that action. Definitely keep going, because that's how manifestations work. Spiritual and then it's physical. They go hand in hand. However, it's like you need to learn how to, in the midst of both energies, you have to learn how to sit down and say, I appreciate my now. I appreciate me. I love me. And when I say pamper yourselves, this means take a moment to spend money on something for yourself. Take time to sit down, spend money, whether it's a massage, whether it's grooming yourself, whether it's a haircut, whether it's a little shopping spree. Like, really sit down and find the beauty and the things that you've been lacking lately. Like, find that confidence again. It's like, and if there's someone that you have your eyes on lately, go for it. Go for what you see. If you see it and you like it, place the order in for it. I don't know what else to say. Like, really, it's just like, make sure that your confidence is up to par. Make sure that your self-esteem is up to par. Make sure that you yourself are up to par. Because guess what? Sit down and say, I deserve this. Sit down and say, I do so much. I have finally time to do for myself. Like, really? Like, you've earned it. Like, you have earned it. And you guys have so much coming your way finally. It's like, I know you guys are just like, oh my god, it feels like everything that I want takes forever. But when I'm there for other people, it's like, oh wow, like everything that I have to offer them, they get when I need it. No, stop thinking like that and start doing for yourself what you've been complaining about. You can't give everybody too much power. Going back to last time it's going to be said, going back to boundaries. Like I said, boundaries is an important word throughout this, like throughout each sign's reading. It's like, it's okay to be selfish and to say, I'm going inward for me. And that sensual energy, that sensual genuineness you have behind working on yourself, it's going to be acknowledged. It's going to create a reality where it's just like the little things create and mold our reality. And people forget this. And sometimes it's not even the big things. It's the things that we're grateful for. It's the things that in our moment we can say, wow, like this really played out better than what I intended. So definitely like just keep acknowledging yourself. Pat yourself on the back and say, I worked for this. I busted my ass day in and day out for this. You deserve a break. There's nothing wrong with a break. You deserve that shopping spree. You deserve to like invest money into you this month. It's like, but I definitely do see also for some of you cancers, I'm also picking up, it's time to pay attention to your dreams. For those of you guys that have had trouble sleeping, and for those of you cancers that have had wild dreams lately and don't know how to puzzle piece them together, pay attention to the messages in your dreams. Like, definitely look into empaths, because there's a rise in energy and being an empath, someone channeling other energies, emotions, spiritual guidance. So definitely do research on empaths, do research on how to connect and open up with your third eye and your spiritual energy. Learn how to just kind of like intuitively just like that water current be the flow that you hope to sort of just go with. And also, let's see, playfulness. So enchantment and playfulness is sort of just what I was going off of both. Give me 2 seconds. All right, and just like where was I? So enchantment and playfulness. Also just also sort of just like get, like I said, put yourself out there. When you put yourself out there, you're attracting and you're being the energy you wish to see in the world. Play a little bit. Take breaks to just do things. It's like, and it's getting colder, so I definitely won't tell you guys in certain like states and areas and regions, oh, you need to go to the beach and blah 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 blah. Nah, there is more than a beach. Go out to your local bar, go bowling, go fishing, like do something where it's active and you're just go play ping pong, tennis, freaking I don't care, 2 4 6 8 cheerlead, something like just get in touch with doing things you haven't really had time to do. Make time for the little things, and I promise you, you're gonna notice opportunities and passages being opened up for blessings that you have legit been begging for. Because those blessings are gonna be where you haven't been looking yet. All right, so I am done with this first part. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, if you need any more clarity, any more answers on anything ever, usually I drop links in the comments below, or links should be in the details of the video. So definitely look out for that if you guys are ever interested in booking a reading. For those of you guys, if you're ever in the South Florida area, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, let me know in advance. We can work something out. And stay awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm trying